I'm Kat with Spooky Moon, and today we're talking about Wake the Wizard and a few of his friends. Wake the Wizard was introduced in 1991 by Techniart and retailed for $49.95. The distinctive voice of the wizard was Jim Cummings, who's been everything from Winnie the Pooh to Shredder in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In an interview in 1992, Gary Cardillo, the president of Techniart, admitted he was in talks with a major games company, but he wouldn't say who. We suspect that company was Milton Bradley, because later that year they came out with Ask Xandar, which became a slumber party sensation. Techniart jumped into the field again in 1994 with a little-known but more complex Guiding Goddess. That's enough talk. Let's go play. Techniart was originally a solar power company. When that didn't work out for them, they tried something a little bit more marketable, but the solar power part stayed in there. On the top of the wizard's hat right here is a little solar cell, and when you cover it, it activates the wizard. That's why you have to play where there's a good light source. They made a token attempt at creating a game. You roll the die. So the category is 9, which is friends. Okay, my question is, will I ever have any friends?
It doesn't look good.
I guess not. Before we talk about the famous cousin, let's talk about the sister. The Guiding Goddess came out in 1994, and she's hard to find. That's why mine has no globe around it, no box, no game to go with it. But hey, I've got the goddess. And she works pretty much the same way. She has a couple of modes. One is lucky number mode, which is really boring. And then there's the fortune mode, where she actually tells a reasonably long fortune. Now that doesn't sound like much today, but in 1991, getting a little machine to string together random phrases so that they made some kind of sense was quite an accomplishment. Let's see how she works.
Listen to the truth about a love affair. Seek something new and positive. Explore your creativity.
That was only 3 phrases. She can get quite wordy. The idea was you were supposed to leave her in game mode, and every morning when you get up, you wave your hand over her, and she'll give you a fortune.
Ooh. Your number is 20. The new moon position will be the best time for positive action. Trust your best friend. Enjoy spending money on a friend. Don't follow people with frivolous ideas. Monday will be your lucky day.
Ask Xandar was the game every little girl wanted in the early 90s. And if you were a little girl in the early 90s, get off my lawn! It's a pretty game with all the gems, which are supposed to be within reach of all the players, but the players don't have arms, so I wasn't going to worry about it. I would love to have had this when I was a little girl. The play is not all that complex, but you can use some strategy. What you do is you draw a card, and it'll have 2 questions on it, and you get to ask one of those questions. Will we have leftovers tonight? And then you decide if the wizard is going to say yes or no. I think he's going to say no, so I'm going to turn my no token up. And each of my playing partners can also decide, and they have to hide their tokens, but they can't really, so sorry guys. And then you ask the wizard.
Sure. Why not?
Okay, leftovers it is. And then everyone would get a gem depending on whether they were right or wrong. And if you're wrong, you have to give a gem up. Now, when you have gems, and it's your turn, you can put them on one of these discs. And once you get 4 gems on a disc, the wizard will read your fortune. Don't turn the disc over yet. He tells the fortune, then you turn the disc over and it tells you what the fortune is regarding.
This will turn out differently than you expect.
And this is regarding what you want to be someday. Well, I was supposed to be a rock star. Definitely turned out different than I expected.
Excellent chance.